Ivan Toney handed an 8-month ban.
Seismic news for the Premier League.
That sums it all up.
Football is brutal. Like 50.
May 26th, you did a famous tweet. I'll speak soon with no filter. You ready to speak?
100%. Football is brutal. Like 15, being rejected at Leicester, 18, I got to Wolves, got a squad number, took the pictures. Out of nowhere, the club said, we're not looking to sign you no more. You have scoliosis in your back.
It hasn't affected your game.
Toney! Ivan Toney!
I don't feel like it has. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. I'm built different.
Ivan Toney has won his first England call-up.
You missed out on the final World Cup squad. Do you know why?
The allegations, somebody's out to get me, to stop me from playing for England.
Ivan Toney.
But, like, we all know, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So it's like, kind of like, if you got the talent and you can work on the hard work and put them both together, then you give yourself the best chance of becoming a top athlete. Like, everybody's divided. It's like, but it's not that at Brentford. Everybody mixes with everybody. Like, you got people who are Spanish, Danish, which is majority of the club at the moment. English and everything. And everybody just mixes together. So it's not like, oh, where are my friends? Where shall I sit down at lunch? You just get your lunch, sit down here, you talk with whoever. Nobody at the club thinks they're better than nobody. Like, even last season, I scored 20 goals. I wasn't better than nobody. I was the same. A person that doesn't really play too much. They're not less of a person than me. We're all the same. We're all in it together. So I feel like that comes from the manager and his philosophy at the club and how he wants things to be run.
Ivan Toney
has been suspended for 8 months.
With breaching betting rules.
I guess it comes down to allegations on the betting scandal. But I feel like, personally, I felt like it was a bit of a questionable time when they decided to bring it all out. And then when they actually dealt with the situation come the end of the season, it's kind of like, why would you bring it out then? And then punish me at the end of the season. What's the word? Kind of like, yeah, I felt down around the time. I felt like somebody's out to get me at that time to stop me from playing for England. In my head, like, that's just how I seen it at the time. It's like, they want to punish me for this, missing out on England. The World Cup, like, that's everybody's dream to be playing at the World Cup. And then further down the line, ban me as well. It's kind of like a double hit, I feel. In a sense, whereas, like I said, if he was going to stop me from going to the World Cup, do it there and then and deal with the whole situation. Rather than doing that, miss out on the World Cup, and then let me play the rest of the season, and then banning me after the season. It doesn't add up in my head, to be fair. Excuse me, that was probably the lowest point. I was like, with me, I never show nothing. I don't show emotion too tough. But I think that was probably the lowest point I felt. Like, you'd ask me about it, I was like, yeah, it is what it is. But that is what it is. It's kind of like, yeah, damn. It hurt. It did hurt. No, I don't feel like crying solves anything. Personally, that's my personal views. Everybody says, to me, you need to show emotion. You can cry, it's okay, but like, I feel like I've only cried once when I see my nan cry from losing my pap. And seeing her hurt as much as she was, killed me inside. And then it was kind of like, I didn't cry, but it was like tears in my eyes coming down, and it was kind of like, it was painful. No, but people that know me know my actions and how that leads to how I'm feeling. Like, I'd be a lot more like snappy about things, or I'd just be like I could just be like someone be talking to me, and it's not like really registering, but my head's not really in the room, kind of thing. And that people that know me know, like, something's up, something's wrong. I wouldn't say depressed as such, but it was kind of like not far off that. If anything, towards that direction, but not completely. Because like still how I stay in my head, it's like next opportunity, next day. Another day is another day to put things right and try and be as positive as I can. Probably, but how I am, I don't let it get to me as much. Like I'd say the loan spells, when I'm on loan, I'm in a room on my own. There's been times I've just literally sat there without the TV on, just sat there, just like chilling and just looking into thin air and just thinking about things. But I'd never, like I said, I'd never like let nobody know how I'm feeling, because how I am as a person, I feel like it eats away at me, but I'm just always a smiley one. Always like you ask people at Brentford now, I'm the joker, I'm making sure everyone's fine, these kind of things. I think that's my kind of way of beating my emotions. If I see this person happy from me doing that, then it kind of brings me up to make me happy, kind of thing. It's kind of like, actually can't remember, and I think I was in there for like, what, 5 hours. It's your privacy, and they're like invading it. It's kind of like, I've got certain bits on there I wouldn't want them to see, like these kind of things. So it's pretty much like you have to go with what they're saying, otherwise I feel like you get a longer ban for not cooperating or something like this. So what can I do? I'd say the more money you get, the higher the stakes go. It's kind of like, oh, if I lose this, is fine. This is coming next. Mentality as you're the best player on the pitch. You might not be, but having that mentality will help you play better. And just have the hunger. If you haven't got the hunger or the drive, you'll step behind already. I'd say like, also, attitude is key. Because that'll get you a long way. Not just in football or work, in life. I was more worried on people like thinking how I am, how I am as a person, like what they read and what they hear, rather than how I actually am. But the people around me, friends, family, the only people I should be worried about. They know how I am. Why do I need to explain to Bob down the road how I actually am? I'm probably never going to see him again. So it doesn't matter that. Why am I explaining that? And why am I going out there to give it like a back and forth? Like, I don't need to do that. And it doesn't benefit me. It just benefits him in trying to get more of a reaction from me. So, like you said, it definitely was out of an anger kind of moment. It's kind of like, all right, let me say this then, let me say that, not knowing the knock-on effect it could have. So it's not, I don't need to try and prove nobody wrong, prove nobody right. It's just focus on myself, family, and do what I do best, which is playing well and scoring goals. It's a token gesture. It's not really, it's lost its purpose. And you can see like before games, certain people like run off, but like, oh, forgot about that. Like, the purpose isn't there no more. And I don't think that's doing nothing in the game to help stop these kind of things from happening.